Right now, while you're watching this, your business may be leaking money. Somewhere between the moment a person first hears about you and the moment they actually pay you, most of your marketing effort may be completely wasted, just gone. And when sales numbers come in soft, almost every business owner thinks there's only one fix: get in front of more people. So they book more ads or book another booth, pouring effort into the top of a bucket that already has holes punched in the side. Today, I'm going to walk you through a real marketing funnel from top to bottom, show you the 3 places money typically leaks out and how you can plug those leaks. Aloha, I'm Brent Shiratori, and this is Aidia Marketing. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take a marketing funnel apart stage by stage. First, I'll explain what the stages of a typical marketing funnel are. Then I'll show you the 3 places money leaks out of almost every single funnel. The same 3 I find over and over when I audit a company. And then I'll show you how you can address the most important drivers to help you produce more revenue. Let's get into it. Most of the business owners I work with come to me saying a version of the same problem. They're doing some kind of marketing but have no idea what works. They're spending money, they're trying to do as much as they can to get the word out about their business, but they can't honestly tell you which part of it is working. Underneath almost all of it sits one problem. They don't realize that marketing isn't instant. People don't see an ad or hear about a company and think, oh, I gotta buy that. It's a series of stages that people go through before they're willing to buy your product. And look, I get why businesses think they just need to get in front of more people. It's easy. You can buy an ad or book another booth in an afternoon, and it feels like you're doing something. Your media rep or your Google Ads report tells you about all the impressions that you're getting. Whereas trying to figure out where you're leaking potential customers is really hard to find and even harder to fix. So the busy, well-meaning owner keeps choosing the loud lever over the effective one, month after month. And that's a big part of why marketing feels so expensive and so unpredictable at the same time. So let me explain what a marketing funnel actually is. Picture a funnel, wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. A lot of people will start off at the top, but only a few will come out all the way to the bottom as customers. And the whole goal of marketing is to get as many people to get all the way to the bottom, which means more customers. There are generally 4 stages in the marketing funnel that customers go through. The first stage is awareness. You might have heard of this as top of funnel. This is the moment someone first finds out you exist, whether it's walking past your booth, seeing your social post, or a friend mentions your name. Now they know you exist. Nothing more than that. The second stage is consideration, middle funnel. Now they're actually going to try to figure out, is this for me? Is it worth it? They may be interested, but they're not fully sold. The third stage is conversion, bottom of funnel, the decision. This is where people actually buy and they become a real customer. And then there's the 4th stage that almost everyone forgets, repeat business and advocacy. The customer comes back and buys again and starts telling other people about you. This is the stage that makes or breaks a business, and in a few minutes, I'll show you why. 4 stages: awareness, consideration, conversion, and repeat business. To help show you how this works, let's imagine a business owner who makes premium, local craft candies. He's got a really unique specialty line that people love. He sells it in 2 ways: at trade shows, craft fairs, and local product showcases. He also sells it off his website that he promotes via social media. For this example, I'm just going to use round numbers so the math is easy to follow, but this is pretty typical of a lot of small businesses. In a month, let's say about 10,000 people are exposed to it. Maybe they walk past his booth or a friend tells them about his candy. So 10,000 at the awareness stage. Of those 10,000, some look at what he has and actually considers buying it. They pick up a sample, they browse the flavors, they add a box to the cart. Now, let's say 4% out of the 10,000 do that. That's 400 people considering whether to buy it or not. Of those 400, a quarter actually buy. So that's 100 customers. At $30 a box, that's $3,000 for the month. And then at the 4th stage, repeat, almost nothing happens. Most of those 100 buy once and he never hears from them again. Now look at the funnel for a second. 10,000 aware, 100 buying, and a fourth stage sitting basically empty. And when this owner wants to grow, his very first instinct is to get more people to walk past the booth. He thinks that if he can get more at the top, he'll naturally get more revenue. And while that's true, it's also hard and quite frankly, costs a lot of money. So let's see how we can improve this. League number 1 is up-bid awareness. It's when you're getting in front of a lot of people, but they're just not the right people. So let's look at our local candy company. The owner, he books booths at the big family fairs, packed with strollers and kids running on a sugar high, which makes total sense for candy. Massive foot traffic. But the kids aren't the ones with the cash, and the parents have no intention of paying $30 a box just to satiate their kids for this event, nor the risk of them getting into a sugar meltdown. So the owner, he gets a lot of passerbys, interested but very few sales. He stood in front of thousands of people for several hours and almost none of them were willing to buy what he had to sell. And it runs deeper than the show he picks. It's built into how he positions the candy itself. Right, cartoony packaging, a booth that looks like a kid's candy stand. Everything about it says this is for kids. But think about who actually loves small batch, handmade candy and will happily pay $30 for a box. It's not going to be kids. It's a grown adult that is willing to pay a premium for something handcrafted, refined, and next level. The owner's been targeting the wrong person entirely. And here's why so many business owners miss this. The owner looks at his slow sales and decides the answer is just to do more shows and get in front of more people. So he books another kids fair. But when the top of your funnel is full of the wrong people, more of them just get you more of the wrong people. So he just never fixes the leak. He's just pouring more in the top and watching more run out of the same leak. And on top of that, he's paying more to do it. The fix is figuring out who exactly is his ideal customer. Who's the one that would actually appreciate it the most and are willing to and able to pay for it? For a premium craft candy maker, maybe it's holiday gift markets, craft fairs, food and wine events. Maybe it's corporate gift buyers looking for something better than a fruit basket. His goal is to position the candy for the person who's actually going to care enough to buy it. So what he really needs to do is trade the cartoon packaging for something that communicates quality and put up a sign that speaks to the grown-up chasing down an indulgence instead of the kid chasing a sugar rush. It's the same candy, but a completely different crowd walking up to the table. Figuring out who your true customer is and then having the discipline to only focus on them is much harder than booking whatever show has the cheapest booth fee. And that is exactly why most people don't do it. League number 2 is in the middle between consideration and conversion. And it's usually the biggest one of all. People already want to buy from you, but maybe you're accidentally making it hard. Let's get back to the numbers. 400 people considering buying your product, but only 100 bought. So where did the other 300 go? They were interested, they picked up the box, they got all the way to the website, they were leaning in. But 300 of them decided, nah, maybe later. 300 interested people who didn't buy. And almost always the culprit is one thing: friction. They wanted the candy, they may be able to even afford the candy. The next step to buy was harder than it needed to be, and they just gave up. So let's go back to the event. The owner doesn't want to pay the credit card transaction fee, so he only takes cash. But seriously, who carries cash anymore? His website also doesn't make it any easier. It takes 4 clicks to find the buy button. You have to keep hitting the back button to add more items to your cart. The shipping cost stays a mystery until the very last screen. Every one of those is a tiny reason to give up. And people give up for tiny reasons all the time. Every bit of friction between wanting it and having it is a spot where people leak out. And these are the most expensive people to lose because you already did the hard part. You got them to want it. Then you let a clunky checkout button lose a sale. The fix is to make buying stupidly easy. Take a card and a phone tap at the booth. Put a QR code on the table that goes straight to the product so the ones who won't wait in line can order right there while they're still holding the sample. Online, one obvious buy button. shipping shown up front, a checkout that works on a phone in about 10 minutes. You got them to want to buy. You just need to help them pull the trigger. Leak number 3 is the one that costs the most over time, and it lives in the stage most owners don't even know is there. Most think that the sale is at the end of the funnel, but it's actually only the beginning. So let's go back to the business owner. He makes a sale, hands over the box, says thanks, and turns to the next person in line. Transaction done. But here's the problem. He has no idea who that person is. No email, no phone number, no way to ever reach them again. He sold a box of premium candy and let a customer walk off a total stranger. Think about what candy actually is. Look, candy isn't a mattress. You buy a mattress once in a decade. Candy, if it's good, disappears in a week, maybe in a matter of days. So a customer is worth a lot more than $30 for one box. They're worth $30 times every single time they'd happily buy it again if you just reminded them. But if you don't remind them, the woman who fell in love with the candy at the fair in October, the one who would have bought 4 boxes as gifts in December, never hears a word from them. So she ends up buying other gifts and forgets about them. The fix here is the cheapest marketing tactic in this entire business. Capture the email or the phone number right at the sale. A little sign up for our list and get a free sample plus 10% off your next order. Then it's as simple as consistently but not overly reaching out to them. A note before the holidays, a birthday discount, we miss you after 90 days. The owner already paid to get them once. Getting them to come back costs almost nothing. And it's the whole difference between a business clawing for every new face and a business that grows on top of the customers it already has. And there's a second half to the stage that's close to free money. Advocacy. A customer who loves you buys again. And then she tells her friends, her family. She brings them to the office and 3 coworkers ask where it's from. That word of mouth is fresh awareness at the top of your funnel that you didn't pay a cent for. So the 4th stage loops all the way back around and feeds the first one. Ignore it and you lose the repeat sales and you shut off the cheapest source of new customers you'll ever have. So let's recap the 3 leaks. At the top, you're attracting the wrong people, filling the funnel with a crowd that was never going to buy. In the middle, you made it too hard to buy, so the people who wanted it slipped away. And at the end, you treated the sale as the finish line, so you pay to win every customer exactly once. Now, let me show you how to find which one is costing you the most. Say our business owner wants to go from $3,000 a month up to $4,500. At $30 a box, he needs 150 sales. So let's walk it backwards up the funnel. 150 sales at a 25% buy rate means he needs 600 people to consider buying his candy that month. Based on his current results, he needs 15,000 people to see his product. So he has 3 options. He can try to get his awareness up from 10,000 to 15,000, which would mean paying for more trade shows or buying advertising. Or he can figure out how to get a larger percentage to consider buying his product, or he can figure out how to get a larger percentage of the people considering to buy to actually convert. So let's focus on the last one. If we can make it easier to buy and move the buy rate from 25% up to a little under 40%, he'd get his goal of 150 sales. It's the same result as chasing 50% more people, except that he didn't have to spend $1 extra getting them. He just made it easier for them to buy. One switch and he's already meeting his goal. Now let's say we go beyond that. Say he brings in 100 new customers in a month and got their over a year, that's 1,200 people who liked his candy enough to buy it once, and he has the ability to communicate. Let's say he simply sends out a monthly email that reminds them of the product they already like, and each one buys just one more time. That's 1,200 extra sales a year. 36,000 from customers he already has. No new ads, no new boots, no additional spend. You can try this out for your own business. Take your revenue goal, divide it by your average sale, and walk it up the stages using your real percentages. The stage with the ugliest drop-off, the one that makes you wince a little when you see it, that's your most expensive lead. 9 times out of 10, it's sitting inside your funnel in a hole you can actually fix, while all your money has been going to the top. And look, I know which of these paths is harder. Buying more attention is easy, but I don't know a single owner that is okay with their expenses going up. Narrowing your target to a very specific audience, tearing the friction out of your checkout, building a consistent follow-up with your customers. I know they all take a lot of work and they're slow and you may not see immediate results, but that's exactly why it's worth doing. So before you go spending another dollar getting in front of more people, go run the numbers on the funnel you already have. I think you'd be surprised where the money is actually going. If this was useful, I've got another video that goes deeper on identifying your ideal customer, that first lead, because it's the one that often costs the most. It pairs really well with this one, so watch it next. And if you want more of the practical behind the scenes ways I actually think about marketing, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Remember, you don't need to buy more ads when you have better ideas.